Kazar, everybody, welcome to the 37th episode of the camps. Jesus Christ, we're only 3 away from the end of the season, and I've been having a bit of fun looking around some of your camps today, so make sure to stick around till the end to enjoy all of the camps thoroughly and give them your full attention. Also remember, if you do want me to come check your camp out on PS4, just put your PSN in the description, in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to pop on by. If you're on PC and Xbox, sadly I can't visit, but you can send them me. Anyway, let's start off with the first camp today, which is Jamie Moo. Jamie Moo? Jamie Moo. Yes, Jamie Moo. This is Jamie Moo's camp, and it's quite nice to visit some of the camps that you make in this dryad bed. Not Jamie Moo, but like you as players. I do like popping down here, and obviously I have my notes in front of me, and I will say, nice vendor area. I did like the design of the whole pagoda as I go and take out these squads right here. I did find it funny that the turrets had the punji board or the panji board or whatever it's called defenses around them. That was pretty funny. I giggled when I saw that. The building itself, the actual building, this one, not both of them together, just this one here. It has a nice shape. I quite like the shape. It's a very nice shape. I will say there is a little bit of wasted space. They do have a decent farm. I am a sucker for a good farm. I always am. Sadly, no open water purifiers. But, you know, I've kind of let that slide now. I don't mind if you have locked purifiers. I can understand why you do. But just one of them open would be nice. But like I said, there is a little bit of wasted space. But I think that's more aesthetic than it is functional. Apart from upstairs. Upstairs was quite barren in decoration. Like I liked these, the Nuka-Colas on display and all that kind of stuff, and the little robots. That was fun. But apart from that, there's not really much else up here. And I don't know if that's because you don't have the stuff unlocked or anything like that, but it did leave it a bit wanting in some areas. But it was a nice building. I did enjoy it thoroughly. There is one thing that I've put down here that I can't actually read. Now, it looks like I've put down nice beer, but that doesn't make sense. I do like the little vendor area right here with Beckett. The roof is quite interesting with that dimple, which I've got down there. Nice roof above vendors. But overall, let's just rank it up. So, if you don't know how the ranking works, the overall camp gets a 10 out of 10, and you also get a 10 out of 10 for design and layout. For your design, which is the buildings overall, I give you a 7. You had some nice buildings and some fun little stuff going on right there. But your layout was 5. There wasn't really much going on there. So you meet in the middle ground, which is a 6, which barely scrapes you by. But, you know, there are just a few little changes would make it a whole lot better. However, it is now time to move on to, and I'm sure I'm saying this wrong, but it's IX Nuclear, and then some other words after that. A little bit underwhelming for a camp. They do have open water purifiers, but like I said, the purifiers no longer go towards you count because, man, like the amount of purifiers you have would immediately give you almost top marks. But I will say, these are some of just the notes that I managed to get down for this. So it does have a basic design. I do like the fact that you have the open purifiers and the nice crafting shed you have here. I do appreciate. I tried going through the hoop, but sadly you can't. So yeah, you have a nice crafting shed, as I call it. But if I just shimmy myself inside in a second, you'll be able to see that everything you've placed is off the wall by like a good 30 odd centimeters, like in-game centimeters, not actual centimeters. So don't go measuring it. But I've noticed that you're quite far off the wall with. Quite a lot of the stuff in this camp has this man-sized gap behind it, which was quite weird. So yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. I do say, once again, you have an interesting shape to the build of it overall, but it's just, it was weird. I mean, you had weird wire management. Your wire management could have been a whole lot better. There's a random stand right there for heavy weapons that wasn't used. Beckett's like trapped behind his bar because you've placed it in a funky angle. The interior design is kind of bland. And once again, you've got that massive gap behind you. I did not know what was going on with this. Especially the fact that you had a weird cat head above your bed. That was also kind of weird. I do say you have a lot of wasted space. Wasted space is all over this place, and there's not much actually here. The weird thing that got me was the door. There's a door behind this vendor, and it's open. Like, why? Because the roof is like, I was confused as this entire build. So I was quite nice design wise, which is the buildings overall. I gave you a 6. To be honest, I should have given you a 5 or probably even a 4. In the layout, I was also generous with as well. I gave you a 4. Overall, bringing you to a 5. You just, I don't know. There's some stuff needs changing, but you know you're on a mid level right there. Some people might disagree with that. However, or should I say, also, and bringing us finally around, we have RJ's camp. RJ, and then a bunch of numbers. But I'm just going to call you RJ. And I actually found RJ's quite funky. Now, it's got a funny shape, which I like. I like funny stuff. Funny stuff makes me giggle. What I really loved was this botany shed. I don't see a lot of stuff like this. This is obviously themed around botany or storage or something like that. And you actually put a lot of like detailed effort into it. I love that. That was beautiful. Your vending area, it's kind of basic, but it works. So I was fine with that. It does what is needed doing, or it does what it needs to do, which is it has a spot for your vendor. It was quite interesting. I like the wall decoration, by the way. These are something that I haven't used a lot of. These wall patterns. I've used them on the outside of a building, not on the inside. It is quite nice. I will say you do have a little bit of wasted space, and also I love the fact that if I step into that and I show you. In fact, no, I won't spoil it. I'll show you at the end of this tour. But yeah, there's a little bit of wasted space. It's open space though, so I think it's intentional. But it's a bit wasted. Just about here. Like, you could put something in, like a table or a chair or a couch or something. A little bit of wasted space. But it is your crafting area, so I do understand you might have a few people popping in every now and then that take up a bit of the space. I loved your decorations inside the cases, because those are items that are fun to find. They're fun to go out and find, especially the tri-flag with the pristine case. I do like trying to go and find them. And I noticed you also have a lot of pristine stuff, apart from that globe right there, the ratty kind of globe. You do have a nice bedroom in this build. Just through there. 1 second. There we go. Just in here. You have a nice build, but once again, there's a little bit of wasted space. Interesting roof pattern. Roof design. The angles and the slopes. Quite interesting. I do quite like them. But let's give you your overall kind of thing. So, your design, it's a little bit funky. It's a little bit fun. I would have liked a little bit more support on some of your off struts. I did notice them on the right side, but not on the left side. So it would have been nice to see that. But overall, design is a good 7. Okay, you got a good 7. It was a solid 7. It would have been a premature 8 if you didn't have the wasted space. Okay, but it was a solid 7 on design, and your layout as well. You get a weak 7 on your layout. You've just managed to get the 7 with your layout, which is like all your interior decorations and all that kind of stuff. Because it really just came down to the fact that you'd built this big grandiose house and not filled it in. And by the way, the thing that I wanted to show you was that if you ever remove rads, you actually gain rads. You see how it gives me plus 200 rads right there? I find that funny. But yeah, overall, because you got 2 7s, you get a 7 overall, which, you know, I think is a perfect thing for this. It's like bang on. So you get a nice little thumbs up right there. And that brings us to the end of the video. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that I do want to do the best I can when it comes to these videos, and I do go out scouring the wasteland for hours, which is why I ask you to comment your camp names, your PSN names down below, so I can come and check them out instead of just going after some randos. Also, if you're on Xbox or PC, you can make a tour of your camp and email it to the email attached to my channel in the About section on the homepage. But apart from that, you know, just try and have a bit of fun with it. If you do want me to stop by, let me know. I'll do my best to stop on by. But until then, you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay awesome.